Hello guys, welcome to our channel where we will be bringing you stories about famous historical people. But for today's episode, we will be talking about Vasco da Gama, one of the most renowned Portuguese explorers. So without further ado, let's get started. Early life. Vasco da Gama was born in Sines, Portugal around 1469 or 1470. He was the son of Estevão da Gama and Isabel Sobral, a middle-class family who lived in a small town near the coast. His father was a small landowner and seafarer, while his mother came from a family of textile workers. As a child, Vasco accompanied his father on fishing trips and developed a deep love for the sea. It was during these early experiences that he learned the skills necessary to become a sailor, including navigation, sailing, and fishing. However, not much is known about Vasco's early life, as there are no detailed records available. Some historians believe that he received some formal education, but this is uncertain. What is certain is that Vasco's passion for exploring and discovering new lands grew as he got older, and it was this desire that led him to embark on a journey that would change history forever. The call to adventure. In 1492, Vasco da Gama decided to pursue his dream of becoming a sailor, and embarked on a voyage to explore the unknown waters beyond the known world. He joined a Portuguese fleet that set sail for the Canary Islands, a group of volcanic islands located off the northwest coast of Africa. The fleet was led by experienced sailors and navigators who had already established trade routes to the islands. Upon reaching the Canary Islands, Vasco da Gama realized that there was still so much more to discover beyond this point. He felt the pull of adventure and the allure of the unknown and decided to venture further. However, he needed permission and resources to continue his exploration. So he returned to Portugal and sought out the help of King Manuel I at this time. Portugal was a major player in the European exploration of Africa. The Portuguese had established trading posts along the west coast of Africa and were eager to expand their empire. King Manuel I was interested in promoting exploration and trade and was open to funding Vasco da Gama's voyage. With the king's support, Vasco assembled a fleet of 4 ships and a crew of about 100 men. He was appointed as the fleet's captain and given the title of Donatary of India. This title recognized his role in establishing and governing any territories he might discover in India. The voyage to India. On July 8, 1497, Vasco da Gama set sail from Lisbon, Portugal, with the goal of reaching India. The journey was long and perilous, and the crew faced many challenges along the way. They encountered rough seas, storms, and dwindling supplies, but Vasco's determination and leadership kept them going. One of the most significant challenges they faced was navigating the treacherous waters around the Cape of Good Hope, the southern tip of Africa. The waves were high and the winds were strong, and many ships had been lost in these waters before. But Vasco da Gama and his crew persevered and eventually emerged into the Indian Ocean. From here, they sailed eastwards towards India. They stopped at various ports along the way, including at Calicut, now known as Kozhikode, on the southwest coast of India. It was here that Vasco da Gama made his first contact with Indian merchants and rulers. He traded spices and other goods and learned about the vast wealth and trade opportunities in India. The encounter with the Zamorans. When Vasco da Gama arrived in Calicut, he was greeted by a powerful ruler named Zamorano. The Zamorin was impressed by the Portuguese and their advanced technology and welcomed them to his court. However, the relationship between the Portuguese and the Zamorans soon deteriorated. The Portuguese were eager to establish a trading post in Calicut, but the Zamorin refused to allow them to stay. Tensions escalated, and in 1498, Vasco da Gama and his crew were forced to leave Calicut and return to Portugal. Despite the challenges, Vasco da Gama's voyage was considered a success. He had successfully reached India and opened up the possibility of trade between Europe and Asia. Return to Portugal and legacy. Upon his return to Portugal in 1499, Vasco da Gama was greeted as a hero. He had proved that it was possible to reach India by sea and had brought back valuable spices and other goods. King Manuel I was particularly pleased with the success of the voyage and granted Vasco several noble titles and honors. But Vasco da Gama's adventures were not over yet. He went on to have a long and successful career as an explorer and military commander. He explored the African coast, conquered the island of Inabon, and served as Viceroy of Portuguese India. Throughout his travels, Vasco da Gama continued to learn about the world and its people. He documented his experiences and observations and shared them with others upon his return to Portugal. His writings helped to increase European knowledge about Africa and India and sparked interest in exploration and trade. Despite his many accomplishments, Vasco da Gama is a controversial figure in history. He played a key role in the Portuguese colonization of Africa and India and was involved in the slave trade. Some people view him as a hero and a pioneer who opened up the world to exploration and trade. Others see him as a symbol of colonialism and exploitation. Death and burial. Vasco da Gama died on December 24, 1524, in Cochin, now part of the Indian state of Kerala. He had returned to India to serve as viceroy, and had been ill for some time before his death. He was buried in the Church of St. Francis in Coquin, but his remains were later transferred to Portugal. His body was initially interred in the monastery of the Order of St. Jerome in Lisbon, but in 1831 his remains were moved to the Church of San Agdal, where they rest today. Conclusion: Vasco da Gama was a Portuguese explorer who is best known for being the first European to reach India by sea. His voyage to India opened up the possibility of trade between Europe and Asia and marked a significant moment in world history. Vasco da Gama was a skilled navigator and leader who faced many challenges and overcame them with determination and courage. He explored vast unknown waters, discovered new lands, and made contact with different cultures. His legacy is complex and controversial, but his contributions to exploration and discovery are undeniable. As we reflect on the life and times of Vasco da Gama, we can appreciate the courage and curiosity that drove him to explore the unknown. His story reminds us of the interconnectedness of our world and the importance of cultural exchange. Vasco da Gama's name may be synonymous with the age of exploration, but his story is also a testament to the human spirit of adventure and discovery. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.